Okay, yeah, welcome back. I think now we should be fine and everything looks nice from my side so you can hear while I'm speaking. I have all my filters and I guess that should be enough. Now I guess it's alright if I reduce the gain because I see that it's part of the grid, but now it looks fine. So, welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. And we're going to continue the series of our Mythic C2 agent creation. And in that series, the main idea is to actually create a base version of our C2 agent where I'm going to upload it to GitHub so all of you can get it modified and implemented. Now, in the last stream, we actually faced a super bad enemy, and this enemy was the encryption itself. And why I say it was the enemy? Because apparently we managed to implement encryption, but there was a mismatch of the data passed, data received in the. It was slightly different when it comes to the encryption algorithm and how it does the things. Now it's somewhat similar to what we did with the base 64 ring, and we needed to pick up the exact base 64. So with a little help of the Mythic C2, one of the Mythic C2's creator, it's a feature, we managed to do that. And how we managed to do that? With the following code. So here I have defined all the encrypted functions that we're gonna need, and one of them is compare byte arrays because at the end we have to compare bytes and not strings. So that was the one of the main mistake we did. We have a helper function called unpad data. Then we have another function called extract data component, and then we have function for calculating the HMAC to verify that the messages are in correct format, and then we have the function for decrypt messages. Now, I am not a huge cryptographic guru and guy. However, this code will be uploaded so we can take a look at it and see how it works in greater details. Now, if you ask me how I managed to write that specific code, well, I've used the immense power of the AI on my side. So don't blame me for that. So at the end, the important thing is that it works. So what happens is that these are the functions that we added after the stream, and now it works all right. So what happens now is that if we go back to the check-in, which is the point we left the stream previously, inside the check-in part, you have this code now. Here, you have to successfully get the encryption and the decryption key because with that you're gonna be using the AES encryption and decryption. And here what happens now is first we define our JSON data, which in that case, this is this data converted to JSON. Then we encrypt this data using the encrypt message functions. We define the key and the plain text. Of course, this is the JSON data. And then the final data is, of course, the base 64 payload powering the Mythic implementation. So now we're sending indeed encrypted messages. Now, even though this is not your infrastructure, this is just the messages from and to Mythic C2 itself. So don't mistake that for the HTTPS communication. However, that's something different. Even though we can communicate with HTTP communication, we can still send encrypted messages, and that's the whole point of this exercise: to always send encrypted messages. Of course, if you operate over HTTPS, sure, but keep in mind that a lot of the environments have this thing called SSL stripping, where they issue certificates and pretty much can inspect HTTPS traffic. So in that place, this is quite useful because no matter if it is encrypted or unencrypted channel, we're gonna still send data over encrypted messages with encrypted messages, which is a big deal indeed. And after we send the data, we have to get the response right. So now we have base 64 encrypted response, and pretty much we create a post request, and I created a wrap-up function for the post request. We pass the URI and we pass the final data, which is the base 64 encrypted message. And then we decrypt the messages using that decrypt response function. We pass the key, we pass the response, we convert that to JSON, and in the end, we are capable of actually receiving the new UUID, which we're gonna need to operate with the Mythic C2 itself. Now that's quite nice. It works quite nice. And I want to showcase you guys because I'm so proud of that. So I can just open Firefox. This is the Mythic C2 itself. I can go there. I can execute my agent, which is called now Hound.ps1. I can run that. It's going to get all the information it needs, like the computer info, the processors, and so on. And in the end of the day, it's going to give us the initial check-in, from which it's going to get its own new UUID, which we can get and then operate and start issue commands and so on. Now that's nice, but the idea for the stream is to implement the builder itself, because now we have the base agent, which is capable of doing check-in and encryption. So now I think it makes more sense if we somehow build up the building part. So after we can build payloads, then we can start adding commands and pretty much doing the fun work that it's worth at the end. So yeah, let me go back to my Kali machine now, because now, yeah, that's my Mythic passwords. Yeah, never mind. It's localhost either way, so does not really matter. And now what I'm gonna do is open Visual Studio Code, and now following the Medusa example, we're gonna implement our own builder function. Right. Now let's see what happens now here. This is the example container. Is it? I think that's Medusa, by the way. Yeah, that's completely Medusa, or maybe we've copied that over the example container itself. So there's the Medusa, which should be the default one from GitHub. Yeah, so C2 profiles, or actually payload type, Medusa. There is the main.py, agent code. Yeah, there it is. So that's the default Medusa right off the bat. And this is our example container populated with Medusa. And this is our, yeah, basic Python agent. So now we need to make some changes, because we want to get rid of almost all the things, keep up the builder.py, and completely change the structure of the things. Yeah, so isn't it better for me to just get the new example? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's not play games with that. We're gonna make it worse. So Mythic C2 example container. There it is. I'm gonna now clone that. So let me go to CD desktop. Let's make the, yeah, let's move. Actually, let me go and do backup. Now let's move Medusa and the example container to the backup. Now what's inside test? Yeah, that's not related to that. And now since we have these things backed up, now I'm going to do git clone, paste the address, and now it's gonna clone the example container. And now we're gonna make a lot of changes. Now here I'm gonna open that with code. The first thing we do. And I think that should be the new one, but let me be sure it's the new one. So desktop, example container, select. Okay, now, yeah, that's the one. Now, what was the thing? Inside payload types, this should be empty. They are, which is good. And now inside the payload types, we have Python services. So we get rid of the Go services. We don't need that. And then from the Python services, yeah, so thanks. Well, what are these things there? Oh yeah, we need the basic Python agent only. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so what we can do is pretty much get rid of all of these things. So like that. Then we can also get rid of that. Oops, no. Oh, that. But that. We don't need this one there. And also we don't need this one as well. Yeah. So we have the basic Python agent. Now we're gonna rename that to font. Yeah, why not? Then on the agent function, we have basic Python agent SVG. And is that is SVG files and XML? Yeah, didn't know that. Didn't know that. Apparently, SVG file is just an XML. So you mean that I can download found SVG, some file in SVG format? So let's pick up that ghost. Or actually, in the later part, we can ask ChatGPT to give us a nice SVG image, which can be used for our agent. But you mean to tell me that if I download that and add count SVG, yeah, that's XML. Okay, perfect. Now we have our ghost image, right? Okay, so I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna open desktop and pretty much it was inside agent function. Yeah, so here home agent functions paste. Yeah, that there it is. Yep, it's an valid XML. Okay, perfect. Now we don't need that. All of these things are actually not needed now. I can just delete that. We can leave only the exit and the builder because the builder is the things we're gonna work on now. Okay, then on the browser scripts, we don't need that as well. I'm gonna delete it. Okay, and now there it is. So we have agent functions, we have the builder, exit, and the SVG, and we have the agent code, which here we need to define our PowerShell code itself. So what happens? I'm gonna delete all of that. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna, by the way, use Medusa as a reference. And why it's so big? Oh, yeah. So here inside the payload type Medusa, we have agent code, and there is our, in that case, Py code because Medusa is Py agent. And we have a base agent in here. I mean, this do not really matter, I believe, that much. So what we can do is mimic that. So I'm gonna create a new folder and do base like that. Or actually, let's rename that. Yeah, let's call that base or base agent. I'm not sure which one sounds better. You know, the hardest thing about programming is naming variables and folders and so on. Let's call that agent body. Yeah, let's call it like that. I think it's enough. And here we can define our agent PowerShell body. So inside agent body, I can do, so these are all the commands, and this is the base agent. So inside the agent body, I can do new file, do body.ps1. Yeah, why not? But however, inside the agent code, I want to create my exit command. So in that case, I'm gonna again create new file, and this is gonna be exit.ps1. And what that's gonna do is just exit. Why not? That's enough for PowerShell to exit its process, right? Yeah. So I have to install PowerShell, of course, because I'm developing a PowerShell agent and looks like it's installed. And now let's see. So we have the init.py, which is all right. We have the builder where we have to tweak a lot of values here. Do we have the compilation script? Or was that? I'm not sure. We've spent so much time in Windows trying to debug the agent that I forgot we have such thing. Yeah, we have recompile. Yeah, there it is. So we do. Yeah, we have to tweak that. Obviously, we don't have basic Python agent, but count now. And yeah, in that case, we are transferring this thing here. So I believe we don't need such things because we transfer at the end this folder. Yeah, we definitely don't need all these things. We can do it like that. Oh my god. I think I made a mistake. No, no, we didn't. We didn't actually. I think that's okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so we have payload type, then not Python services, but actually I want to remove yeah, I can open the folder structure here. So we have desktop example container, payload type. And I want this to actually be here. And this should be empty now. Yep, like that. Because now it's easy, it's just we have payload type. And actually I'm gonna rename that to Hound Agent. So inside the Hound Agent we have payload type as we should in the Mythic structure. To be organized, and then we have the files itself. So in that case we have to, oh no, wait, we made a mistake there. Yeah, we definitely made a mistake, guys. No, we didn't actually, because we can do that, and now it's all right. And now what we have to do is to just get this hot agent folder, keep it to the installed services, and then compile. Yeah, because at the end we were doing desktop example container, payload type basic Python agent. We ship the whole folder inside the Mythic installed services, and then we add that, and then we build that. So in that case, we're not gonna ship in this thing here. We're just gonna ship font, which is this font agent. And I can literally now rename it to be font like that. And now it's even easier. Yeah, it should be. It should be. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, never mind. Now we have to reopen that because we made some changes. Font, select, and there it is. Now inside the font, how's the Docker file? Yeah, that would be all right. Now we have agent functions, at the builder, all right. Then agent code, which has the body and exit. Now, what we can do now is literally pasting this code inside the body of the agent. And we're gonna test the building method with dummy data. If it produces this code and this code works, then we can modify that and assign them variables in runtime. Yeah, so this is the body itself. Now, if we go to the builder, uh, we have to pass the needed data, right? We have to do that. So let's start from the beginning. Let's now, oh, yeah, okay, it's all right. Let's now change the name. Let's call that font. Extensions is PS1. Author is me, Lsecqt. Now the supported OS is in that case Windows only for now. No wrapped method. Now the note is that this payload uses PowerShell. For execution on Windows boxes. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna call that part of v5 because it's important to keep up the version. Yeah. Okay, so dynamic coding is true. HTTP profiles, C2 profiles are HTTP indeed. Then Mythic encrypts is true. That's how the encryption part is gonna take place. Then we have build parameters. In that case, it's none. The agent path is supposed to be on. Yeah, hope so. Then we have agent functions. Inside the agent functions, we have on.svg. So if we get the image correctly, That means this path is resolved correctly, which means that the agent code would also be resolved correctly. Yeah. Now we have the build step. Two build steps. We have gathering files. Okay, make sure all commands. Yeah. And then configuration. All right, that would be fine. Actually, what are the build step of Medusa? Let me get back to that. Yeah, generating file, obfuscating scripts. Actually, we can also copy that. It sounds better. Yeah. All right. So we have the build. Now inside the build, I'm gonna actually use the Medusa's method because it's Python, and I mean that's obviously also Python, but actually we can implement custom logic there. But yeah, never mind. I was working with Medusa before, and I think it makes more sense if we use that. Or actually not. Let me see how complicated is that one there. So let's see. We have get commands. We open the base agent. Hmm. Actually, we don't need that right now because I want to test with the hard-coded data if it's going to be generated in the first place. So in the end, what is the return of that? Hmm. Yeah, let's use the Medusa one. I think it's easier. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, so uh, base agent. Yeah, so that's where we need to open the base agent.ps, the body.ps1. Yeah, so in that case, we're not gonna replace anything. Here, we're also not gonna do that check. That's important, by the way. That's the PSK key, which with hardcoded data is also not important. So that's also, we can also skip that. And that, because after all, we're using hardcoded agent. Then, Mythic RPC payload update build step. Okay. Then we're not gonna obfuscate anything. And directly call that, which is send RPC payload update build step. Well, actually, we don't need that also. That's also not needed. And that's why the Medusa is easier. What we can do here is literally just, do we have the try? Yeah, we have it. So what we can do is literally just get the body.ps1 and return it as an agent. And that should be enough to work. And after that, we're gonna make the things more dynamic. I just want to see that first the payload is resolved, all the paths are fine. And after that, it works. So here now we need to do os path join agent code path. And now agent, we have to change that to agent body. Okay. Yeah, that should be enough. That should be okay. If we didn't mess up anything so bad. Yeah, so now let's modify our recompile. Now here, we're gonna remove the basic Python engine, but we're gonna also, actually, I'm gonna do sudo mythic CLI remove fonts, maybe, yeah. Then we can do sudo ref services font, and then we can copy from the home folder, font, to the installed services. Yep, so we copy in that folder here, and from there we add font and build font. Oh my god, what happened? How do I trigger that? Yeah, it's okay. Okay, good. Now that should work. So I can do sudo recompile.sh. And if everything's all right, we should be able to see the font icon present. So I'm gonna navigate to the Mythic once again. I'm gonna log in. Got payloads. That's offline. Yeah, I don't need it anymore. Yep, get away. But now font failed to build. Yeah, so something happened. We messed up, and it cannot build. Cannot be built now. So we have Mythic installed services home Docker found no such directory. Oh yeah, we must have these things. Okay, yeah, we have to modify some things inside the code. So that's the Docker file. That's the main.py. So what we need to do instead is to not yeah, is to not migrate the subfont folder, but the main one. So in that case, it would be actually this one there. And I can also do that, also that, and that, and that. Okay, yeah. I think we should be case sensitive. So let's see. Let's run that. Oh my god, what happened now? Added home to Docker Compose. No such service found. What happened now? Now it's okay. Yeah, so pretty much we're following the same template as Apple. What happened now? So we have Hapu. Inside that Hapu, we have its Docker file. And we also have main.py. Do we have to use the same template? Yeah, if you forget how it's been done, it's so bad. All we can do is pretty much rename that to be the same. Font, because I think it makes more sense now. Agent functions, yeah, let's retry that. Let's utilize the workflow. Okay, now let's do it like that. Oh, okay. Okay, now it looks better. Now it's not. Oh, what happened now? What happened now? Oh, we don't have to run that as a rule. What about now? Also, the Docker is broken, so let's try to fix that. That's so strange, by the way. Oh, it was. Yeah, there it is. Okay, okay. It's good that we can see the box just like that. So what we can do is remove these things here. And now, oh, actually, I need to restart the code because we again make changes to the directory we use. So I'm gonna do file open folder. We're gonna do what happened. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna open this one there and go inside the main and remove this thing. Okay. Okay, good. Now I believe the recompile should work now. Really? I can do recompile. Okay. Still nothing. So sudo docker ps. We have agent up. It works this time. But why it's not there? That's so strange. It's up, so in theory it works, right? Yep, there it is. There it is. But why we don't see that? Maybe we don't follow the structure that it needs. So Medusa. Yeah, let's actually do that. So let's follow the Medusa example. So what I can do, inside the haunt, I have the agent code, and here I'm gonna create a folder called Mythic. And now inside this folder, I'm gonna move my agent functions. Yep, like that. And also I'm gonna, do I have init.py? Yep, it's actually there. So the same, I think that's the same one. Not that, but that. Yeah, it's the same one. Now this should be inside Mythic. Yep, like that. The SVG file is also inside Mythic. Because you see, we have Mythic as the main folder, we have init.py, and the SVG file. Do we have something in there? No. Do we have a Docker file? That's inside the Medusa itself. So the main.py, the Docker file are there. We have the agent code, which is here. That's obvious. Then we have Mythic. And inside Mythic, you have agent functions, browser scripts if we have any, and also images.py and init.py. So now it should work, but now if we go to the builder.py, here, where is the path resolution? Yeah, there it is. There it is. So we have to modify the builder. And that's below the class. We have C2 profile. It's here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so agent path is that font Mythic. We have the font.svg, and we have font agent code. So that should be enough, I believe. Now let's try to recompile that. So I can do recompile. This, go back, and still nothing. But why? We try count is running. If I do what? No walks. Now that's bad. Because no walks, we can't see what happens. And without seeing what happens, we're gonna have hard time to see, to get what happens. What about the Docker file itself? I mean, it works, should be fine. Should be completely fine. Oh, the RabbitMQ, yeah. That's actually not fine. We have the host. Yeah, but we don't have the proper password. So do cd opt Mythic, because if we don't have RabbitMQ, the agent's not gonna connect. That makes complete sense. Great. Rabbit. Yeah, okay, but yeah, there it is. Never mind. Is that? Now recompile and please work. Damn, was not it. But I think it was still important to fix that. What about the init.py inside the main project folder? So we have Medusa, RabbitMQ. Do we need to specify that? Maybe we do. Or no, we don't, because we have specific password for the RabbitMQ. Point is that we have payload type, we have Medusa and Medusa. In the main folder, we don't need that. We have Dockerfile, main.py, and RabbitMQ, which is correct from what I see. Then we have the Medusa folder, which has agent code, Mythic, and empty.py. So agent code, Mythic, and we should have empty.py, but it's empty. I don't think it matters. So go to Mythic, go to agent functions, builder. Can we input some print statements just to test with that? I think that should be okay. So the init.py is inside Mythic, init.py, exactly where it's supposed to be. Dockerfile is just one. We don't need that. These are completely different things. Are we sure that the recompile thing works? Because if it's not, we're gonna be digging into a hole the whole day. So what if I do that? Oh yeah. Okay. But why the basic Python agent and Python services are still there? So let's see the dockers that Mythic is going to put up. P O HTTP Mythic documentation, GraphQL, Jupyter, Nginx, PostgreSQL, RabbitMQ. Mythic server. Yeah, that's it. So maybe maybe just maybe. Maybe we lack the username. Hmm. Can it be that this thing breaks the thing? Because it's not used? No, it should not be the case. Should not be the case. Should be fine. Oh yeah. Ah, nice. Oh yeah. Okay, so inside Mythic let's try to cut in bytes. Oh there. And why the heck you're not showing there? That's so strange. We managed to fix that in the previous stream, but I forgot what we did back there. Let me try simple restart while we are thinking about that. It's going to restart everything, including the home. So maybe, sometimes restart fix the things. Okay, so how we started. We can verify that with Docker PS. Yeah, there it is. It works. So Python services is, but we don't care about that anymore. We know that the count works. So now Medusa is still not also online. Maybe do Mythic CY status Medusa. Yeah, so now Medusa started. Hmm, that's strange. Okay, now let's stop and think about why it's not there. The Docker runs, so we can engage with that. There it is. So in that case, following the documentation, we have to move the whole Python service. Let's try to mimic that. I'm gonna close the code here on the desktop. Yeah, so let's create a new folder called agent. Now from the agent, I want to move, actually go there and create new folder. Let's call that hound service. Yeah, that's the hound service. Now we can move hound and we can call that hound agent, or actually just hound. Right, which has the same structure. We have, that's the hound agent. It has the same structure. No, it does not. It does not. The difference is that in that case, the init.py is here. Maybe that was the issue. Ah, this structure is so annoying. To do the compile. I'm really getting lost because we mimicked the structure which was inside the Apple, inside Medusa, and it didn't work. And now if it did work with that, I'm gonna be amazed, but it didn't. So we don't have to worry about that. Oh wait, I think I have the idea why. Before scripting, let's manually try to operate with that. So I'm gonna get rid of that and also get rid of that. Now here, I'm gonna do remove. I'm gonna stop the hunt. I'm gonna remove the home folder. Okay. And now what we're gonna do, go to desktop, agent, and we're gonna move that home service following the documentation structure. So you see here you have payload type, Python services. And inside these Python services, you have your basic Python agent. So we move the whole service. And this service contains the Docker file, which is the same as mine, apparently. Then we have the init.py, empty, main.py, RabbitMQ. Yeah, so now let me open code once again. Yeah, we have to fix that. I'm gonna do file, open folder, agent, and select. Now inside the agent, we have home services, -home. Now here, let's change the configuration. Let's get mine, RabbitMQ password, that. The IP is correct. Main.py is the same. Docker file is the same. So we can compare that. At the main.py. Actually, it's not the same because we have this thing called basic event, basic command, which I don't think we need. What do we do? What is that? Maybe we need these things, you know? Maybe we do. Let me try first without them, okay? And then we have... I get lost again. Oh my god. Inside the agent, we have home service, which has home. Okay, now that should be... Let's just try that. So in that case, I'm gonna go to here, at recompile, and I'll follow the steps manually. So in that case, I want to do sudo cpr home kali desktop agent count service to opt mythic installed services. Then I can do sudo mythic CLI build, actually add count service, and then build. Let me start from scratch. I hate that. Okay, so in that case, you tell me that if I do sudo cp -r agent example container payload type Python services there, and then do sudo mythic CLI add Python services, build Python services. Okay, let's remove font. What happened now? What is this error now? What happened with Mythic? This worked before. What was even that? You will tell me now that the example container no longer works? Then modify the recompile. Uh, it was inside agent. Example containers, payload type, and Python services. Then we add services, and then we build. I want to see if we can get the Python services to work. Default one from the documentation. If not, if something can be messed up with our implementation of Mythic, or something else might have happened. Can we see the logs about that? The version isn't supported. Oh, wow. Okay, good. Yeah, the Python version is Python services are started, but not no one there. So we have 27 instances of that error. If we do recompile, can we get 28? So most likely this can be the same error for our previous agent. So that's why it did not work. Maybe. Can we get 28, please? 32. All right. All right. Yeah. So that can be the case. 33. So it pings that error message. So maybe one thing that can be improved if some of the Mythic guys are watching that is more visibility about the errors. I saw that by accident. If you have something like that, maybe it can be better to have some kind of a nice errors pop in there, and you maybe it's gonna be you maybe can have the options to stop the errors, but it's nice if you develop because I saw that by accident, literally by accident. So what we can do here is go to main.py. Now, what is the issue here? We have the max supported version is 1.3. Point what? So we have to downgrade it? It says out of date. I don't get this error message. Like for review, I don't get it. I literally don't get it. Hmm. What if I clone Medusa manually? Can this work? Maybe we can use Medusa's template. So let me try that. I'm gonna do cd desktop agent git clone. Is that? Now I can go back here, do sudo Mythic CLI move Medusa. I can even turn off the Medusa from here. I can delete it from there as soon as it's offline. So it's gonna stop the container and remove it. But essentially, they state in the documentation that when you do Mythic CLI install GitHub, that is doing the same as we are doing now, pretty much copying that into installed services, building, adding that, and building that. So we can do it manual. So I can do here Medusa, payload type, Medusa into installed services. Then I can do manually add Medusa. Then we can manually build Medusa. Let's see what happens. There it is. There it is. Okay. So there are some differences in Medusa that we can implement and get our agent to work. So it's something. It's some kind of a progress. But I believe sometimes the changes that the guys make can break up the things, and the default one does not work anymore. So the default agent. It's good that we found that because we could have been wasted hours again for something. So yeah, let's go back now since we have the Medusa. I'm gonna open the code now. Actually, I'm gonna open a second instance right here. And in this instance, I'm gonna go to File. I'm gonna open Folder. I'm gonna open Agent and Medusa. Select. Okay. So what happened is that, let me make this bigger. We copied the payload type Medusa folder. That was it. Medusa here. Yeah, so we copied this one there. Just to distinguish that. Uh, that's super annoying from Visual Studio. I want to make some file like this here. Yes, now it's okay. Now it's okay because now we see it's Medusa, Medusa, and something. So we've copied this Medusa right here. Okay, so let's see what happens now. We have the main.py. I'm gonna copy that. So here, my second VS code. Here, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do new file. This just to distinguish. We have haunt. Actually, not haunt service, but just haunt, like that. So we have haunt, haunt, haunt. In that case, it's payload type, Medusa, Medusa. So in that case, this should be payload type, like that. So we have, let's make, I think it's okay this way. I think it's okay. Yeah, so we have payload type, font. Same structure. Payload type, font. Now, on the Medusa, the first folder here, which is that. We have the config.json. Oh no, that's something else. Let me actually clear that. Okay. Oh, that's the Medusa app. So now I think I made a mistake already. Oh no, okay, there it is. So we have payload type, Medusa, font. Then we have again Medusa. Okay, and pretty much the Dockerfile main and RabbitMQ are inside the first one there. Yeah, so there it is. Now let's analyze the Dockerfile. Let me just literally paste it because maybe, oh yeah, the latest. That's it. I believe that's the issue there. Okay. Everything else should be the same. Also, it imports everything from medusa.mythic, so we have to, I think, do that also. So now inside the my main.py, I'm gonna do not from medusa.mythic, but from home.mythic. I'm gonna import everything because there, this my agent functions, my.py, and pretty much my code. So I believe now what must be done is now we can go to the, save that. Now I can go to my recompile script and from there do, wait, remove Medusa. Oh, no, actually haunt. Then we remove the haunt from here. Then we move agent. That's how it's like agent. Payload type haunt. Like that. So agent. Payload type haunt. Yeah, that one. Move that into installed services. Then add haunt. And then build haunt. No service haunt. Haunt is added. It was started. There it is. Oh, finally. So it was so nice that we get this error by accident. So it was some kind of a error, version misuse. I'm gonna definitely report that to its a feature because it must be fixed. It can have so much impact on wasted time during development. But now we have it. Now finally we have it. So let's try to test that. We have the author, we have this payload use partial v5, which is nice. Now let's go back and try to create the agent. So I'm going to do actions, generating payload, Windows, then switch to haunt, next, not going to touch that, choose HTTP, and now our IP, so 192.168.0.157. It's good that it's in the taskbar itself. Port 443, choose the encryption, next, this should not really matter at all. In theory, we should get the body of the PowerShell agent itself, which is capable of getting a check-in. In theory. Oh, this is outdated. Yeah, it's no longer supported. I need to address that. It's important because these steps are no longer valid. If you use the exact same repository, these steps are no longer valid. They're not going to work because it's outdated, and you have to switch to from the specific version to the latest one. Yeah, so it's a minor thing, but it matters. Now, what happens? Please, please, please. Now, since we resolved that, I don't need the Medusa part anymore. Gonna pause that. And I'm gonna move to my agent. So payload type, hunt, mythic, agent functions, builder.py. And this is the code we want to use. Now, I think it's getting that much time. Do we have some kind of logs now? Not much. Thinking. Let me go over the details. That's commands. So nice. Why is taking so long? Now that's a thing. Why it's taking so long? But it's good that we have the recompiled script. Now we can easily test for things and patch. But now we have the agent code here. Base code is equal to open. We open in the file. But actually I don't need that, to be honest, for now. I'm gonna definitely need that in a bit, but not for now. I can literally do it like that. Now I can do yeah. Base code is equal to open self get Python version file or as path join self agent code path, which is here. It's inside hunt. Yeah, it's inside the main one, hunt agent code. And then we append the agent body. That should be it. Do we have something? No. So the build fails at some place, but it fails again with the most unsatisfying issue and error, which means that we don't have any kind of result. We don't see why it failed. We know that it failed. So it's not returning anything, which somehow somewhat hangs the process. Now, uh, we don't need to encode that. Is there anything in the works? So sudo docker works on. There it is. We have some kind of log files. We successfully connect to RabbitMQ, which is so nice that it works now. And then so that's inside the agent utils.py. So inside the pipe packages of Mythic. So somewhat, I believe, we don't return a proper response from that. I think at some point it would be useful to download the Mythic library directly, so we can have all these unresolved errors, so we can build up payloads more easily. Now, that's what it hangs. So no is passed to get status. Okay, but where is this status coming from? So let me get back to the Medusa itself. Now inside Mythic, not the browser script, sorry, but the agent functions and builder. Now, maybe we need to define the build parameter there. Oh, that's not about it. Build, yeah, here. We have to include that check because that's how we can actually see what happens with the code. Let's see what happens if we include the code. Yeah, let's see what happens now. I'm gonna go to cd opt mythic now. I'm gonna do sudo recompile. A mirror. Yeah, because if build message is that, which it is, then response build stdr is equals to build message. The response status is equal to build status dot error, and I was expecting something like an error here, saying that hey, that happened. No, but that's not the case. Hmm. What if I remove that? What's gonna happen now? And I also want to make a small change to make sure that the my code is actually visible and appears there. So what I can do, I can do for the OS Linux just to see if we have some changes in my code. I can do recompile. Okay, now I can do and conduct to home. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Now I can do action, payload, Linux. There it is. Okay, so now we know it works. So we have changes. So it was just for my sanity to verify that it works. Then go back 192.168.0.157 443. Again, same thing. You know what? Let me navigate there. So I can do There it is. This is where it failed. Now it's more easy to read it like that. Make payload build response. Now the response is UID, agent file ID, success, build STDR, and so on, and it fails on 21. So if true, if str build response gets that equals success, else is false. But in that case, this thing is no in my case. Why is no? I don't know. Let's see. So do we get to run any specific Mythic C2 function codes? Let me start from the very beginning. Here. Now, we have the build steps. Okay. And now, response equals to build response status success. That's okay. Then we have try. Here we get all the available commands. And now base code is equal to that. Yeah, but in that case, we don't have this function there. Oh yeah, we don't have this function there. So that's the everywhere. That's where it comes from. So in that case, I think I have to do not that. Was it open the file read command? So Python, we have open. Yeah, so it's like that. In that case, it is. Let's try it now. Actually, the values here does not really matter now. Yeah, it's no again. So this thing is no. Now we have to open self agent callback. Let's print it. Let's just print it. Like that. Like that. I think having the print statement can be visible in the log files. I think so. I guess. I hope. Well, let's try. This is gonna give us the path is trying to resolve. And based on that, we're gonna see what the heck happened and why it was not able to resolve it. Yeah, I know it's not OPSEC safe. Pay the paywall. I know. Don't worry. Okay, let me try again. I think the OPSEC safe mechanism prevents from the build to trigger in the first place. Oh, here. And now? Yeah, we don't see the error message. The print message, which is bad. Which is bad. Hmm. How am I supposed to debug such things? How am I supposed to debug that? I have a nice idea. I'm gonna import requests. I'm gonna use HTTP request in order for me to get the full path. So instead of print, I'm gonna first host the Python server. It's gonna be here. And now here I'm gonna do r equals requests dot get. And now here we're gonna use the self agent old path. So we're gonna have the first request, and we're gonna have another one like that, which is going to be having the full path that we want to request. So in theory, in a nutshell, we will be able to get two requests, which is going to help us see what the heck is going on with the build process. I know it's not the best way, but it's the best way we have so far. Yeah, so let's see if that works. If that works, I'm going to be super happy. Is count is offline now. Why? What happened, Hunt? Please, what happened? Okay, let's go back. Why it's restarting now? Let's see the work files. No module named requests? Well, that's strange. Hmm. How to make sure that you have the requests? Okay, I know how to do that. I'm gonna copy that so I can have it. Here. And now I'm gonna remove the request from there. I'm gonna rebuild. And then I'm gonna operate with the Docker itself. So now the hunt is started successfully. I can go back here. I can do sudo docker exec bash. Now from there, I can move into the font itself. I can do pip3. Yep, pip3 install requests. There it is. Now we have it. I'm gonna move into agent, actually to Mythic agent functions. And now apt-get state. And again, apt-get install vim. Okay. And now we're gonna use vim to perform requests. So I can go to Vim Builder. Okay, I can import requests. And back there, I'm going to use the same logic. So from here, I'm gonna literally here do that. So paste paste, and now add was agent body was body.ps1. Okay, now let's build that. Found is online, actions, new payload, Windows, font, next, HTTP, next. All right, let's go back here. Let's see if we can get a request going on. And no, now that's scary. That's scary because that was my only purpose for an idea on how to debug this thing. My syntax is not okay. You see, the request get is completely not okay because I lack a URL. So if you get the walk files, you're gonna see it's not working. So I'm gonna go to builder.py. Now I'm gonna modify it. Request get HTTP 192.168.0.157. Okay, was that? So let's see if it works without it. Now let me regenerate the beacon. Windows, fonts, yep, that one, payload, here. Yeah, that was supposed to be it. I know that now it works. That's bad. That's bad. Okay, so but now we know that this thing is the error. I believe this thing is the error. Now my whole PC froze because of that. Oh, okay, I can exit. Can restart that because my PC is gonna die. Please don't die. Okay, it did die. Let's reboot it. Okay, restart guest. It did die. Okay, a little bit break. Now, so I guess it's somewhat it's not able to get the correct version of the file. So that's why it fails. Now the hard part is that we can't debug that easily. We have to either download the library of the Mythic itself. I'm really not sure how to debug that. The proper error messages, saying what is the issue, and so on. So it's really bad until you get to know the structure, but we're getting closer and closer. Now I can open the code again. Let's see. Okay, that's it. Now, can I add custom pip libraries? I think I can. I think I can. Don't tell me the Docker does not have curl. Don't tell me that. It does. Be right back. Yeah, back. So, uh, there it is. Okay. Now we can do that. Okay, so it can be only one. So the syntax is not okay. Okay. There it is. Okay, now it works. Okay, so what we can do here is do run pip3 install requests. Just like that. And also what we can do is do, actually I don't need Vim at this point. Request is more than enough. And I can also run that here. Then I can go to builder. I can then go to import requests. And now here, just for testing purposes, I am going to do r equal request dot get p 192.168.0.157, just like that. Now let's recompile. I'm gonna rehost the Python server. Installing the requests. Okay, it was not a warning. Maybe it's gonna work. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the Mythic itself. Yep, count is online. Action, create new payload, Windows, font, next, yeah. I'm gonna save an instance. I'm getting too annoyed typing that manually all the time. Next, create payload. And we still don't get the request. But why? Because it maybe hangs in different points, not that one here. It maybe hangs on different points. Maybe here, because here on the try it gets the exception. Maybe. Maybe. So I'm gonna do first thing that happens when I make a request is gonna be here. When the build is triggered, the build function is triggered. I'm gonna recompile that. Let's see what happens. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna actually go to HTTP and save an instance. So test. Here I'm gonna do 192.168.0.157 port 443 and create. And now it's gonna be super fast. I can do create new payload, Windows, on, bam, next, bam, and just type test and next. That's it. Now it's building again, but no requests. Now that's strange. Docker walks home. That's strange. Because now I make a request literally the first thing when the build is triggered. Yes, can I execute that? Yeah. cd font, cd mythic, cd agent functions. Is the code there? Yep, it is there. Yep, it is there. That's super strange now. Why it failed? Let me see. If I go back to the Medusa, go to Mythic, go to agent functions and builder. Do we have something inside the init.py? No. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we have payload builder, yeah, Mythic command base, Mythic RPC. Okay, that's nice. Okay, the class, all the build parameters, and build steps. Gathering files. Now, we have custom function for getting the Python version. And then we have the build. Do we have to call specific functions like Let's see now. So as soon as all the steps are completed, maybe it's then built up. I don't get it. We have the same code. Oh, obfuscating not requested. Okay. Okay, let's test now. Same thing. What if I do that? No, build step. Okay. Okay, but what if we directly do a turn response? Just like that. What's gonna happen now? Let's see. Hmm. It's something super strange. Can I do top count? So all these stops, maybe these can give the error as soon as I build the new one. So I want all of these to just disappear, get away. Yeah, like that. Exactly. Now I can start count. Now it's online. Now if I do agent Windows on next test that, in theory I should be able to directly see success and so on. Not the case. Why? Hmm. What if I generate something from, let's say, Medusa? There it is. So something is wrong with that, but I'm not sure why. What exactly? Hmm. Let me open the Medusa again. Is it because we lack that? But we don't. Hmm. Don't need that apparently. So at the end, all this code is just replacing based on the value you specify, based on the command you want, based on the values in your C2 profile. So all it does is replace, replace, replace. It's all it does. We want to skip that for now. But I'm seeking for specific functions from the Mythic C2. Like that. So the same function is called 3 times. Hmm. Damn. And in the end, we return the response. In theory, this should work, by the way. In theory, that should work. We have to immediately return the response out of that. But it hangs. Where the issue might lie? Let's see, sudo docker exec bash cd hond cd Okay. Don't tell me it was the indentation. Don't tell me it's that because the code was like that. Don't tell me that's the reason. Unfortunately, it's not. It still has a mirror. Actually, this should also not matter. That's so damn strange. Maybe that? Is it present in Medusa? No, no, it's not. So all these are functions that we do not need at the moment. I want to analyze build.py and why it's not building stuff. Yes, I know that we can code that, but in theory, that's how I see the things. If you return the response right off the bat with status success, it should work. There's no reason why it shouldn't. And apparently there looks like this. So I can try new payload like that, next, and still it hangs. And still the same error. But why that happens? I really don't get it. Hmm. Is there anything else that I missed? Let me walk through the same old structure. So we have the payload type, Medusa, and inside the Medusa, in that case the first hold, we have the Docker file, which has the latest base, the latest container, Docker, workdir Mythic, and just that. Actually, I don't also need the request itself. Pretty much that's it. I believe in the Apple it's quite the same. So we have Apple, and pretty much inside the Apple we have this Docker file, which is of course different because it has different things like donut and so on. But in a nutshell, that's it. So work Mythic, run Python 3 virtual environment, and pretty much main.py. So again, that's it. Main.py is the same. So we import everything from apple.mythic and then just run forever. So pretty much we have the same code. That's it. Also don't need that. When you do it, you're gonna have all the libraries imported from the home dot mythic. However, it still does not work for any reason. So let's see how to fix that. Hmm. What will happen if I do the same thing here? So if I literally go back to the builder.py, I get this code, I paste it here. Like right there. And pretty much we build the Medusa container. So I'm gonna save. Then I'm gonna move back. Then I'm gonna cat actually here. I'm gonna cd into Mythic, add recompile, and now follow the steps. So in that case, it's sudo Mythic CLI remove Medusa. Then we do sudo copy Medusa to installed services. That's gonna override it. Then we do add and then build. That's gonna give us a new Medusa version, which is available now. So if I go to action, payload, Windows, Medusa, next, next, test, and next. Payload successfully built. That's it. That's how it's supposed to be. If I download it, it should be, of course, empty, but that's what it's supposed to be. Why it does not work with our agent and it works with Medusa? I'm starting to be pissed off at that. Why the heck does it happen? I don't include any specific Mythic things. I don't run any specific Mythic commands or functions. I just return the base and it works as how it's supposed to be. But why does not do that here? That's getting me so pissed off, you have no idea. Do I need to have such files? Empty files? So payload type Medusa Medusa, payload type Haunt Haunt. Paste. Do I have such files? I don't see it as to be a logical explanation, but who knows? Then on the agent code, agent body, do we have some kind of inits here that we missed? Should not be the case. Now inside Mythic, we have init.py here, which gets all the agent functions. Okay, that's okay. We have the SVG file, which we know it's resolved, so the path works correctly. And then we have the agent functions. Agent, do I make a typo? Agent? Nope. There, we have another init.py, which is completely empty. We have builder.py, which does that. Or maybe it's something before. Build step? This should not matter. This should not matter at all. Because you return the response right off the bat. Then you have this thing is resolved correctly, which means that this should also be resolved correctly. Yep. Because the hound.svg is there. No build parameters. I think that should not be also the case. Wrapper false. Mythic encrypts true. We lack that for dynamic loading. Okay. Oh yeah, seed profiles is there. Oh, shit. Actually, we don't miss that. Let me add the build parameters. Why not? Now, in theory, just in theory, if I paste the same thing and modify the value here, let's see now. Okay, there it is. Found this online. Pivot, Windows, fonts. Okay, we have the build options, have the exit and ls, have the test, next. Why? Why now it worked? What is the difference? I don't get that. I literally don't get that. Why did not work before? Let's try to investigate it. Maybe it's the imports. Maybe this one there because we didn't have it. Maybe it's that. So I'm gonna go to Kate. I'm gonna paste that. I'm gonna run through some back checks. Okay. And now I'm going to import these iter loops from cycle. Don't tell me it's that. Don't tell me it was that the whole time, the same issue we had before. And how did I not see that? What are you doing with these init files? I don't know. So these init files are the templates from Mythic. And pretty much this init file is just getting the function code. So this init file, when the agent is invoked or loaded, this init file is executed. And then what it does, it gets the code from this agent functions folder, but that's it. So don't tell me that it was this error here. Don't tell me that's the issue. Please don't tell me that. It's not that. Ooh, okay. Oh, I was about to cry if that was the case. Okay. Can I do now to do Mythic CLI walk? Yep. Okay. Okay. Good. Now let's try to figure out what was the issue. So here the class name is home. Let's import that iter tools and cycle and so on. So most likely this is needed. So never mind. It was in green. Let me try now. You know that. Okay, I'm gonna go through line by line, just to see what's the difference. So here we have all the imports are exactly the same. Then we have name home, file extension PS1, auto, supported. Yep. Okay, wrapper false, wrapped payloads, Pico wrapper. Recompile test. I want to see the exact reason why it fails. We have working code, which is nice, but I want to see the exact reason that it fails. That's so important when you debug something. Okay, it's online. Action, new one. Linux, okay, next, next. Nope, not it. Definitely not that. Not that. So, moving on. Then we have Mythic encrypt. Let's keep the same structure here. We have the nodes. We have support dynamic wording. We have build parameters. In that case, in my case, I've no. In that case, I've not. So maybe if you don't specify build parameters, that might break the Mythic itself. So rebuild and test. That's it. Do those steps, rebuild and test, move on, and so on. So that's how we're gonna find that. Is it done? It is. Action, new payload, next, next, test, next. No, still not that. Okay, moving on. Now we have support dynamic loading, transition container, not there. So support dynamic loading, then build parameters. After the build parameters, we have the C2 profile. Yep, that's it. Agent path. Yep. Agent code and so on. Build step. After the build step, okay. Now we have this custom function. Oh, I found the issue, guys. I found the issue, guys. The issue is that. Okay, that's why we have to go with line by line. And the issue is that you see, we have a class which is called home. And this class should have a method called build. But in that case, the build method is outside of the class. So in a nutshell, that's why I love brackets. Because if you have brackets, things like that will never happen. So imagine you have a class test, right? And this class should have a method called build, like that. And that's nice. And then in this build method, you can do X, Y, Z, and so on and so on and so on. In that case, we have class test. However, the build method is here. And that's why these fields are no, because they're outside of the class. So what we have to do, guys, is just do one tag. And now magically, this code, I bet, is gonna work. I bet I'm 100% sure. Now it's gonna work. If now does not work, I'm gonna what? Let's challenge myself. Let me do a challenge. I'm gonna do one. If now it does not work, I'm gonna do 100 push-ups right now. Right now. Boom, and it works. I'm gonna do push-ups again because I like doing push-ups. but it did work. And that was the whole issue. So one type can give us a half an hour or even an hour headaches. Okay, now let's be more cautious about it. Now I can remove some of the build parameters like that. I want to remove that. None. Now, yes, that's fine. That's a build step that we have to, at one point in time, include. And now this is the response. Okay, that's great. Then what we can do is now here we can do base code is equal to open. We can open self dot agent code path was agent body slash body.ps1. Then the response payload is going to be equal to base code, and then we're going to return the response. Boom. And we're going to have a nice and working agent. Recompile, bang. Oh my god, it's always these errors, like super small thing that can give us headaches for hours. Yeah, when you guys see something, just tell me. I know it's sometimes nice to see someone's. If you see such errors, you tell me in the future. Now next, test, next, wait, what? Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Start over. Next, test, next, wait, what? What happened? Oh yeah, okay, wait. Yeah, we have to do something else for concatenating that. Let's see. Yeah, we can parse that into string. Yeah, that's a nice idea. So let's go back to str, parse that, plus agent body plus body.ps1. Recompile. Again. Can I do activate payload? No, I have to start again. Okay. Oh yeah, I need a slash. Okay. Now see, this was the issue there. Now let me try to recompile directly from here. Because it's gonna at the end run the same code in the background. Oh, there it is. There it is. There you go. Was not that hard, isn't it? Okay, good. Now you tell me that I can do action, generate new payload, Windows. Does not really matter so far. Font, next, test. Okay, create payload. Boom. And there it is. Now I can do copy link, go back to my commando. I can do, actually I can go to payloads and directly download it, like from here. Execute it. Boom. Boom. Okay. Now. uh, Now. Okay. Now we have to modify it. And now the real work comes finally. Finally, the real work comes. Okay, great. Now we can build our paywall. So, we can get the agent body, but now we need to modify it. Because on the body, we can do encryption.ps1. And now what we can do is get all these functions, which are encrypt message, decrypt message, calculate age mac, extract data, unload data, convert to base 64, per byte arrays. I'm gonna paste them here. Now on the body, we have to again modify it, because now we have to know if we use encryption or not. So now the real work comes, finally. Yeah, now we need to implement the logic nice. Or always stick to encryption, because I don't see why you would not do that. Hmm. Or we can even do something else. Now, of course, all this value must be dynamically allocated, including that, including that, including that. Oh my god, we have so much work. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna move it back to where it was, so we know that it works, like that. And then the next stream, we're gonna move on from this point now, since we can now build our payload. During the next stream, we're gonna move on from this point, try to dynamically allocate the values here, and then adding custom commands if, of course, we have enough time, because we're already streaming for 3 hours, and I think for dropping that. So thanks so much for watching. Deeply appreciate the support from my patrons, and if you have further appreciation to my work, feel free to become one. Here you're gonna have access to all the videos I have specifically designed for patrons. They include my Maldev course, plus specific videos that the guys there request. So if you have more interested in that, just become my patron, support my work, and get access to more exclusive content. Thank you so much, and to the next one.